Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. So today, earlier this morning, we were talking about Elon Musk and this really interesting, almost dramatic effort that he appears to be making to buy Twitter. So Elon Musk has been the topic of conversation all throughout media today. So I thought that I would dig deeper into Elon Musk and what he had to say earlier, and I did a video on this earlier today. But there have been more updates. Elon has actually spoken on whether or not he's going to acquire Twitter. So I'm going to break down some of what Elon had to say. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day under one condition. The condition is that we are Black first, B1. B1 means we put our community first. B1 also means we educate our kids. B1 means that we are preparing our families for a strong economic future. We are not embracing failure. We're embracing success. If you agree with this philosophy, then type hashtag B and the number one in the chat, hashtag B1. So hello, everybody. I want to say good afternoon to Atlanta's Black Wall Street and Fatima, Michelle. Good to see you. All right, so let's jump into this. So how many of you, yes or no? Give me a yes or no if you're aware that Elon Musk has been talking about trying to buy Twitter. Did anybody see any of that? I talked about it this morning on the Black Financial Channel. Give me a yes or no in the chat if you happen to see it. Hey, everybody on Instagram. I see you all over there too. All right. So Elon Musk, in case you don't know, he was announcing that he was thinking about buying Twitter. And he actually made a formal offer. He put it in writing. He sent the letter to Twitter to basically offer a price of about $54 a share, which is higher than the current market price of Twitter, which I believe is in the mid to low 20s. Let me see where Twitter stock is at this particular moment. The Twitter stock price right now is actually $45.08 a share. That is so if Musk were to buy it for 54, that would be a huge premium over where it was trading as just 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, on April 1st, Twitter stock was trading for $39.31 per share. So $54 per share would be a huge, huge premium on Twitter stock. Twitter stock is, in my view, not worth $54 a share. But then again, though, maybe you can make a different argument because I want to say when it was at its peak, it was selling for $69 a share. So that can make the argument to say that maybe Twitter isn't being properly managed, which might actually lend credibility to Elon Musk and his argument that I can do it better. It's like a guy who comes along and says, I could be a better woman or better man for your woman. I could be a better husband to your wife. And then you fight it out and you decide that the best man's going to win. But let me show you a screenshot of Twitter stock. If you're watching on drboycetv.com, you'll see the Twitter, the image here. So you can see actually over time, Twitter stock has been doing pretty badly lately. It was trading as high as 69. Now it's down it dropped to 39 and then it went up to about 45. Musk bid about 54. So if you consider 54, compare 54 to 69, then maybe this is a good deal. If you can compare 54 to 39, it looks like a horrible deal. Musk believes he can extract that additional value. So you may ask, well, how can you buy something that's not for sale? Twitter didn't come out and put a for sale sign on their front yard. How can Musk just come in and buy the company like that? Well, that's what happens when you are publicly traded. When you are publicly traded, shares of your company are available for anybody who wants to pay that price, right? So ultimately, as I always tell you guys, when we talk in class and everything, that all money isn't good money. It's just like joining the military. I have a lot of you are veterans, and I shout out to the veterans, and I love you, and I have so much respect for you. But one thing that any veteran will probably, hopefully agree with is that once you sign on the dotted line and you take that money from the military, that means they can do with you what they want. They can say, okay, we're deploying you to Afghanistan, or you got to go to Japan, and you have to do it pretty much unless you want to get in trouble. Well, the same thing is true when you decide that your company is publicly traded. You get a big chunk of money from the public to say that we own your shares, we own your company, we can do what we want with that company, and you can't do nothing about it. That's how Steve Jobs got kicked out of Apple. How do you get kicked out of a company when you're the founder? Well, it's because Steve Jobs took a bunch of money. And in exchange, he gave away some control of the company, right? So ultimately, that's why, for example, with my company, Boyce Watkins Enterprises, I don't have any shareholders. I'm not giving up control or nothing because I need to make sure the ship is going in the right direction, right? So it doesn't get watered down or diluted. So with that being said, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. let me give you guys an update on the Elon Musk saga, and really this further confirms my theory that Elon Musk is just doing a whole lot of yapping. I don't think Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter. I don't think it's going to go through. I don't think it's going to happen. Well, today he did an interview, and he did an interview with, let's see, who did he do the interview with? He spoke at the TED 2022 conference in Vancouver, and he said he's not sure he'll actually be able to buy Twitter. And the comments came hours after a regulatory filing revealing that he offered a price of $54.20 per share, or $43 billion. Twitter confirmed it had received the bid, but its board must still review the offer. So he was asked if there was a plan B if his current offer was rejected. Musk said that there is. He declined to elaborate. So they said despite Musk having vast wealth, his assets are not liquid, leaving some analysts to wonder how he would provide the funds if his bid was acceptable. So ultimately, Musk, by him saying this is my best and final offer, that right there to me says he's not really trying to do this. I think he's kind of talking a little bit. And then also for him to say, I'm not sure if I can buy it. I don't know if it's conditional upon me getting the financing. That's kind of his way, in my view, of saying, yeah, I'm going to just do this, but I really just want people to know that I'm saying these things, not that I'm going to pull up $43 billion to lay it out there. $43 billion is a lot of money, even for Elon Musk. And I don't think he's going to spend that money on Twitter, because I think that Tesla shareholders are going to have something to say about that too, because now his energy to build Tesla and to build SpaceX and to build the Boring Company is going to be diluted further by him trying to go off and run Twitter. Now, with that being said, it seems to me that there's a bigger conversation about making the world a better place, about sort of promoting and supporting freedom of speech. I agree with that entirely. I think that Twitter is not necessarily a platform that promotes free speech. So I would kind of welcome that adjustment. I think that Musk's involvement with Twitter, his ownership of a 9.7% stake or whatever it was, his position, whether he joins the board or doesn't, or just speaking out on what Twitter's doing, does put them on a little bit more high alert. It gets our society kind of thinking about these things. I think that's good. Now, one thing that's interesting about this article as well, it's on CNBC, is there is a point where Musk also talks about some of his other problems. I mean, this man's got, he's got 99 problems and Twitter ain't one. And one of his big problems is that the SEC charged Musk in 2018 with making false and misleading statements to investors when he announced in August of 2018 that he was considered taking Tesla private. Now, Musk claims that he had the funding secured, but that the SEC officials at the San Francisco office pretty much we're going to move forward with a public investigation and kind of embarrass the company. So he ended up taking a settlement. So he's pretty mad at the SEC. He referred to them as bastards. The SEC has been kind of a thorn in Elon Musk's side. They don't like his Twitter account. They've asked that his tweets be approved in advance to make sure he doesn't say anything crazy or anything that misleads investors. And Musk is kind of rebelling against that. One interesting little side note, just a stream of consciousness on Elon Musk, is that I bet you that there's a big difference in terms of how he operates in China versus how he operates in the U.S. He'll talk about the regulators in the U.S. He'll call them bastards. He'll make fun of them and joke about them here because you're allowed to do that. In China, he doesn't joke about the regulators because they will literally come to his house and lock him up if he's in China. He doesn't make jokes about the regulators in China because they will shut him down in China. China doesn't play. The United States lets you kind of say and do what you want. The Chinese government will go out of their way. The bigger you are, the more likely they are to take you down because they like taking down big people in order to prove a point. There was an actress who was evading taxes. She was the biggest actress in all of China, one of the biggest actresses, right up there with the Will Smiths and people like that. They kidnapped her. They took her away for 6 weeks. Nobody knew where she was. And then she came out weeks later and issued a formal apology to the Chinese government for evading taxes. And they strapped her with a $100 million fine. So the Chinese don't play. They will come to Elon Musk's house in China if he's in Beijing or something, and they will kidnap him, and you won't hear from Elon Musk for 3 months. So he'll push it in the U.S. He won't push it in China. So maybe that gives you a perspective in terms of how business is done throughout the world. It kind of changes. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. That's my 2 cents on the Elon Musk thing. I don't think he's going to buy Twitter. I really don't. I would be stunned if he did. If he buys it, then I will apologize and I will admit that I was wrong. But I'm not seeing a real purchase here. I'm seeing a lot of blustering. I compared him earlier to Donald Trump and Diddy. He's kind of got a little bit of both. So we called him Donald Diddy, like double D or Donald Duck. Maybe that's what you can call him because he's just yapping. He's just flapping his beak. He ain't going to buy nothing. I don't think he's going to go through with it. That's just my 2 cents, but maybe I'm wrong. All right, guys. Well, anyway, If you want to know more about what we have going on in the Black Business School, stuff like that, you can visit boycewatkins.com. Feel free to go there. Also, if you would like to get a free e-copy of my book, How to Build Wealth in the Stock Market by Investing just $5 a day, please visit blackmoneyminute.com. That's blackmoneyminute.com. So that's a way where you can become really good at wealth with just a few minutes of your time once a week, and I can help you get to where you want to get to. So feel free to go take a look. You guys know my background. I'm a finance professor. That's what I do. All right, guys, have a good day. God bless you. Thank you for listening. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Take care now. Peace.